Hey everybody, Ragnarok here, playing a 5-3 against a 1882 King's Indian attack. Trying to get consistent with this opening. I'm going to be looking at the engine after I give myself a little self-analyzation, not a word. But this is the general structure I want to have. Two knights here, bishop on this diagonal. Generally the bishop won't do too much for a while, but if I can get a e5 in, so it doesn't look like I'm going to this game, so I'm just going to play a little bit differently, maybe something like this. But I'm going to start with, see now if I start pushing this too soon, this bishop can come in because it's not blocked off, but I do see a lot of dark square pawns. I think what I want to do here is just solidify my movement here so my knight doesn't get kicked, because it's not as good here, I don't think. I'm okay to do this now because if he pushes, this rook is hanging. Okay, if he takes, I don't think he'll take. Let me do this first. If he does, okay, he takes. This is now semi-Moroxy bind because I have my pawn on c4 despite having a pawn on c2 as well. It's kind of tough for him to push either d5 or b5. Both of these are firmly under control, so I could consider maybe somehow getting my knight in here. But I can also see like this piece is backwards. I can also get alright, let me slow down. Why don't I get my queen here, bishop here, start attacking this piece. Maybe I'll want to push h3 to block his knight from coming in. I'm not sure why his queen went there, honestly. And I want to think the only way I can really get here is maybe something like this and then up there. Yeah, I mean, he could have taken this pawn. I'm just going to come back here. If he had taken that pawn, I might have had some sort of sacrifice here, where it's just a big exchange. If he comes in here, that might be a good spot for him. But I don't have to concede anything here. I don't have to give up any structure. Like if he comes in here and I take, he's going to then have an open file or semi-open file to attack the c4 pawn. I'd like to get my queen here and force his king off back rank. I might want to get a c3 in as well, just really limiting his knight. But this could become a target at some point. Just now, I couldn't have taken there because his knight would take me back. He's spending a long time thinking about this move. Why is he taking so long? Okay. So yeah, he still can't push that pawn for a while. I'm just going to give my king some breathing room so he can come here at some point later. Both of our bishops are kind of blocked in. Just going to come here, stop any knight from planting himself in here. Yeah, so is that helping me out? Undoubling here. I don't know. You know, let's just trade. I mean, he may get this in at some point, but I feel like coming in here is a good way to go. Or do I just go here first? Threatening the h6 pawn. This knight is under attack right now. If he ever pushes and I take, I mean, this pawn is looking to be taken soon. I'll come here, try to get f4 in. Let's try to go here. It's not good. To do. He's in a much better position here. So I have to trade it off, lose the pawn. Might be able to get this one back for it. If he exchanges, I'll just take with the rook. It's not doing anything here. This bishop's already controlling that. Takes, take back. Down a pawn, but still a little limited in his movements. I do want to slide over and take that pawn, forcing him to come back here. Okay. I'm going to come over here. He's going to come to c4. I'm going to slide back to c1. His knight is now stuck here. I may want to do this. Okay. He's threatening to come in here. Comes in there, slide over. This prevents him from coming here, then there. Try to come in there. Because I have to get this last piece involved here. Or I could even just take there, now that I've protected my rook. Does that lose a piece? I think that loses a piece for him. Huh. He trades. Am I down? Oh, okay, yeah. I have 3 here. I was like, wait, it looked even for a second. I wouldn't say this was a great game, but probably a lot I can learn from this one. Every King's Indian is always slightly different. Sometimes I do some approaches, sometimes I don't. I haven't really found any consistency in the way I approach it besides the main setup, because everybody always does something slightly different. So yeah, he's thinking a while here because it looks like he's going to be down a piece. I don't see how he defends both the knight and the rook. I think that was just a blunder. Bringing his knight in, that move didn't really make much sense. I mean, he pushed here so that he could bring the bishop to h6, and then he didn't bring the bishop to h6, so hey, just a pawn, you know, don't give up. Okay, now I think still way up now. Now I'm up 2 pieces, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. He probably just wants to hold on to the rook. He's got these 2 dangerous pawns. This one's not quite passed. Let's see, we'll go here. I think maybe just giving 1 piece back to get rid of some of these dangerous pawns is okay. Let's do that. Okay. The less pieces he has, the better I am here. So I will prevent both of these from coming forward by coming here. Neither one can move forward, and he can't easily protect it, so I'm just going to come here, I think. Maybe not. Let's go here. Try to trade stuff. If I can trade the rook, I'm in a good spot. I could have come up here the first time. Attack this pawn. He can't come here to attack that, then it will be under attack. Yeah. Let's just win the piece. Win the pawn, that is. Gotta be careful with this one. To make sure my king is in front, and I believe I'll be okay. I do have a pass pawn now, too. Okay. Make sure I can block both of these pieces from moving, and then it should be more than fine. Attack this pawn. Yeah, I don't think he can win it now. Just in case, let's get my king back. And he won't be able to stop me now. Yeah. Actually, if he had gone here, let me just look at that real quick. If he had gone here, yeah, okay, yeah, just slide here. My king's fine. Okay, let's look at the game first with the engine off. Let me actually start this analysis. Now let's just run through it. So what did I do wrong here? So this makes sense to not come here right away because he's attacking my pawn. He's just going fianchetto, so my goal should be to start pushing h5, h4, h5. It changes a little bit when he does this. I don't necessarily want to push h4 right away. So I went this way on the queen side. And people don't normally take the bishop. So that's why I was a little, like I said in the game, things are always a little bit different. Should I have done something else? Should I have brought my knight back? Maybe. Maybe just slide here. If he ever pushes, I'll take. Well, maybe. Take. I'll just play it out. Take. Something like this. I don't know. It seems like too much to exchange. I mean, this guy was rated 1882. Oh, that put me up above 2,000 again. Nice. I think I was at 2020 earlier today. I don't like this move. I think maybe just this first. Because I knew he was going to come there as soon as I did that move. And now my bishop's in a worse spot. For some reason I didn't think he could push that. I thought I had enough to hold it, so c3 seems a little weird to me now. And just giving him the open file wasn't really a great plan. Yeah, I'm just lacking here. I thought his knight was going to move. Just sometimes you miss an obvious calculation there. Try to get some tempo, let him trade. And then I think he just blundered, but what else should have happened here? Rook slides over. I thought he was going to come here, and then I would have taken. If he exchanges, I'm up a piece, so he has to take back. And then he's just in a better position. I can't do too much. I think his goal was really to come down here, so maybe I try to trade, but then this. So if I come here and he trades, which he probably won't, this pawn is kind of stuck behind the other ones. But yeah, I mean at this point, because of this structure, if I can just get a bishop here, it blocks the other pawn. So did I have to give it back? I mean, he's attacking both bishop and knight here, so that's why I didn't think. I thought it'd be easier just to exchange, because if I did something like this, I think this was coming, and you know I didn't have too much time to calculate it, but it seems like I'll be fine. Was there anything else I could have done? I don't know. It seems like maybe I'd lose it anyway. And then same idea, if I came over here, I thought maybe he'd just do that. And then yeah, maybe that would have been okay. Two bishops up. He can't really push this because this is hanging. So yeah, I mean this was a way to play. I really could have come here first, but I guess it's okay. His king got away from the pawn, so that's helpful. And then so like exchanging here, is he alright? I don't think so, because I mean I've got my king's in time. If he starts pushing, you know, I'm fine here. His king is way too far away, and at any point this becomes a passed pawn, or is a passed pawn. So I think this would have been fine. So let's see what the engine thinks. I'll give it a second to analyze. Okay, so after letting the engine run, it looks like I had 6 mistakes, 2 inaccuracies. He had 4 mistakes, 3 inaccuracies, and 3 blunders. So he blew this game. Not that I played great, but you know I didn't make any grave mistakes, I guess, which is good. So king's in the attack. I'll turn the engine back on. See if there's anything it finds that I could have done better. Yeah, see, it likes this idea of either a4, h4 at some point, some lines. You really want to play h4 if you can get e5 in, like I mentioned. But since he played e5, my plans need to shift towards the queen side a little bit. And yeah, I don't know. Is this a mistake? Oops. I hate when I do that. Okay, so is this a mistake? I mean, it just gives me an edge. It doesn't really say mistake or anything. H6, bring my knight back. Yeah, I didn't like this move. This was my mistake. I mean, this was hanging, which I pointed out after he made the wrong move. But yeah, it's just saying knight back to d2 is fine. I kind of like that. Where's this knight going to be going, though? Yeah, okay, so yeah, I did kind of highlight this in the game, like maybe at some point come in here. So yeah, it's nice to know I was in the right mind frame. Yeah, it just seemed like a waste. So pushing his knight away. Is C4, C3 even recommended? Nah, it's saying B3. So exchange, you know, undouble my pawns, can't be a bad thing. Didn't even realize I could make a pass pawn here, but either way it's saying it's okay. Exchanging here, this looks like a very inaccuracy, it says. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought about this like in a different line, not at this move, but this looks like it makes perfect sense. Like I said, like this whole opening, the bishop is stuck behind this pawn but on the log diagonal, but since his bishop's stuck too and can't really do anything, it makes sense to activate mine, go this way. He's got to move with tempo. I'm not sure exactly right away, but it, you know, I can kind of control here the same way that that pawn on C4 was doing. Plus it kind of limits the F pawn from ever moving unless he does something like that. So I mean that makes sense. Knight H2, not a bad move, but it lost me a full point. So it doesn't say an accuracy or a mistake, but sometimes it can still be a mistake despite that. So this is where he was kind of in a better way. This is not a great move. It's now even. Exchanging, just kind of exchanging. I'm minus 1.1. It says that this is a mistake. Let's see. And then his mistake was going to B2. Yeah, see, I thought if I come here, what's my rook going to do? It's active, but maybe like have my rook here checking him. Maybe bring this bishop in here or something because there's no pawn to block it, maybe something like that. But I thought this was weak, and I can kind of kick the rook away. What I didn't see was that the rook was going to pin my bishop. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have come here, and that makes sense. Protect my rook so that if he did that, I can just like take it, and he doesn't take my rook. So that idea makes more sense. Moving over. Yeah, he could have just taken that pawn. I didn't even think about that. If he takes... You know, what do? I take, he takes back. Not good for me. Actually gives -4. So there was 2 times he could have taken the E4 pawn and he didn't, so that's helpful. And then it doesn't say that's a blunder. It says it's a mistake. That seems like a blunder to me. But taking here was a blunder because now I'm up 2 pieces. I mean here, once he takes, this is what I saw. I'm up 1 piece, and then, you know, it's playable. I have an edge, but only slightly. But him taking there was just not good. And then, was this a blunder? A mistake. I didn't have any blunders, that's right. When he didn't take, mistake. I thought this was fine. I mean, there's not really an easy way to lose at this point. Yeah. Well, if he went there, I was just going to take this pawn. And then take the pawn, check. Yeah, you don't really want to move into checks like that here. It just allows me to have my bishop blocking these 2 dark squared pawns. They can never move forward easily. And I figured once I exchanged, yeah, I don't know if this is right because then he just kind of starts to move in here. So I thought maybe just kind of stay close to this pawn. Plus, if he does push, I feel like I can just push this way, and I'm way better off. If he goes this way, boom, I just start pushing. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe it's better just to get your king activated. Endgames are tricky, you know? So, coming here, attacking the pawn when he didn't give it up. Boom. So, not too much further we need to go here. Yeah, I would have just slid here. So, interesting game. No blunders, which is nice. I'm always trying to play my best game, whether or not it's perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but I learned something. Hopefully you guys learned something about this attack as well. So, yeah, I'll be doing some more videos as well. And check out ragchess.com. I put some more articles up there, a nice guide to improvement. What I think you should do to improve and what I've been doing to improve to get to about the 2000 level. Chess chess expert at this point, not master yet. Another 200 points and I'll be there, hopefully. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I will see you in a future video.